Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'd like to apologize. I'm so sorry I haven't posted lately. I've been very busy. I'm getting ready to move and stuff, so kind of exciting. But anyways, let's get to the video. In today's video, we're going to be deciding whether or not we should be summoning for Izana, Return of the Night, and Lila, Jet Black Bodyguard. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, you guys, let's start with Izana, shall we? Here we have Izana, Return of the Night. She is a bolt attacker. Her gifts are Mighty Blessing, Single Recovery Bonus, and Bolt Damage Boost. Her synthesis colors are green and purple. Looking at her gifts, I like the Mighty Blessing. I like it for my battle items. I kind of like applying it to them here and there. It should help them do more damage. As far as single recovery bonus goes, it's all right. It should help with any items or anything that you need single recovery for. My favorite gift of hers though is the bolt damage boost. I really like the bolt damage boost because I'm always looking for more bolt damage, especially for Resna. But I haven't been able to really find any, and I just happen to not have any bolt damage boosts. So this bolt damage boost is really good. I really like that. As far as her synthesis colors go, the green and purple, that they're pretty good. The more colors you have, the more combinations you could do, and that's always really nice. So yeah, no, her gifts are pretty good. Okay, you guys, let's move on to Izana's stats, shall we? Her stats are HP 1668, physical attack 578, magic attack 767, her speed is 227, her physical defense is 522, and her magic defense is also 522. Looking at Izana's stats, they're pretty good. She has like the highest magic attack out of the current attackers. Actually, she's has higher magic attack than Ryza, Fire Ryza, and her speed is like okay. It's not like the fastest, but it's not the slowest. I think the slowest is like Ferris at like 202 speed. And then her physical and magic defense are also pretty okay at 522 each. Yeah, no, her stats are pretty good. I don't mind them. I like that she has the highest magic attack. Okay, you guys, let's check out Izana's skills, shall we? Here we are, Izana's skills. The first skill is called Stamp. It is after attacking, boost own crit rate by 25%, max 100%. It has a wait time of 100, the range is single target, the power is 106, and the break is 10. Looking at her first skill, I really like that she boosts her own crit rate by 25% every time. And it doesn't really state that it ever goes away, so it caps out at 100%. It means that she's going to be critting like a lot. So I really like that about her first skill. Yeah, let's check out her second skill. Her second skill is called Lightning Knock. After attacking, boost own crit damage by 50%, max 100%. It has a wait time of 200, the range is AoE, the power is 191, and the break is 16. Looking at her second skill, I really like her second skill a lot too because it boosts her crit damage instead of her crit rate by 50%, and it also caps out at 100%, and it doesn't state that it ever like goes away. So it means that she's gonna be critting a lot, and her crit damage is gonna be like pretty high. And those two together, it just sounds really good. I'm really loving her kit. Now let's check out her burst. It's called Convaleria Impact, I believe. It boosts this attack's crit rate by 100%, and then after attacking, there is a very high chance to inflict daze on the target for one turn. It has a wait time of 200, the range is single target, the power is 500, and the break is 125. Looking at her burst, I kind of really like her burst. I like that it boosts the burst crit rate by 100%. It means that every time she's bursting, she's going to be critting, and that's really nice when you combo it with her second skill because it will increase her crit damage. I also like that she inflicts daze if it ever happens to like apply to the enemy. I think it should be really good. Yeah, no, I really like her burst. It's really strong with 500 percent multiplier and like everything going on with her kit. Yeah, no, I love her kit. It's pretty good. Let's check out her passives. Her passives are status effect resistance up, which boosts status effect resistance by 20%. And the second passive is I'll Become Even Stronger, which boosts own crit damage by 50% when defeating an enemy with a skill, and it maxes out at 100%. Looking at her first passive, the boost status effect resistance, I really like that it boosts status effect resistance because it means it'll, you know, uh, it'll boost your status effect resistance for like paralysis, poison, and like all of them instead of just one singular one like some of the other characters. And I really like her second passive because it boosts her own critical damage by 50% when defeating an enemy with a skill. So you just need to defeat two enemies and then she'll be having 100% more crit damage on top of her 100% crit damage from her second skill. So altogether, her kit is like making her look like really strong. It seems like she's gonna be hitting extremely hard whenever she does get everything going. Yeah, I'm really liking. uh, I'm really liking Izana's kit a lot. Yeah, overall, Izana is like a really strong attacker who crits a lot and boosts her own crit damage, so she's really good. I like her. Okay, you guys, let's move on to Lila, shall we? Here we are, Lila Jet Black Bodyguard. She is an icebreaker. Her gifts are Guardian's Blessing, Ice Curse, and Magic Stun Damage Boost. Her synthesis colors are red and yellow. Looking at her gifts, I don't mind this Guardian's Blessing just because you can put it on like a lot of items and it'll help like boost your magic and physical defense, and that's always kind of nice. I like the Ice Curse a lot because it lowers the target's ice resistance if we ever get to apply it to any of our items. That should be really good, especially for ice teams. And then lastly, I really like her magic stun damage boost. I'm always looking for more magic stun damage boost, physical stun damage boost, or just stun damage boost in general. So having more of that is always really nice. As far as her synthesis colors being red and yellow, those are pretty good. Like I said, the more synthesis colors you have, the better. So yeah, her gifts are alright. I like Lila's gifts. Okay, you guys, let's move on to Lila's stats. Lila's stats are HP 1691, physical attack 556, magic attack 712. Her speed is 245, her physical defense is 478, and her magic defense is 478 as well. Looking at Lila's stats, she has pretty high magic attack for Breaker at 712. She's like on the higher range with Marie and Keith Griff. They both have 712 like magic attack as well, I believe. As far as her speed goes, she's not like the fastest, but she's also not the slowest. 245 speed is a pretty good speed. It means she's gonna be going pretty like fast here and there. As far as her magic defense and her physical defense go, they're kind of low at 478 both. Um, Seems like she's not very tanky, but I guess that's all right because she's meant to break them. Yeah, no, I don't mind her stats at all. Her stats are pretty good, pretty balanced. I like it. Okay, you guys, let's move on to Lila's skills, shall we? Her first skill is called Clawed Assault. It is after attacking, boosts own stun damage by 10%, max 30%. It has a wait time of 100. The range is single target. The power is 53, and the break is 20. Looking at her first skill, I like her first skill because it boosts her own stun damage by 10% and it maxes out at 30%, and it doesn't state that it ever goes away. So if we ever get to use her first skill, we'll be boosting our own stun damage by at least like 10% every time, which is really nice. It's gonna help break here and there. Let's check out her second skill. Her second skill is called Elemental Link. It boosts stun damage by 20% when attacking a weakness, and before attacking reduces the target's ice resistance by 25% for 3 attacks. The wait time is 200, the range is single target, the power is 192, and the break is 147. Looking at her second skill, I like that it boosts her own stun damage by 20% when attacking an ice weakness. Like, it just means whenever she's attacking an enemy with ice weakness, she's going to be breaking them a little bit better. I also like that she reduces his target's ice resistance by 25% for 3 attacks. It's gonna help all the ice characters do more damage to the enemy. Um, it states that it does it before the attack, so her attack counts as one of the 3 attacks, which is kind of nice. Yeah, no, I don't mind her second skill. Let's move on to her burst, shall we? Um, okay, you guys, I'm gonna butcher this, but I'm gonna try anyways. Her burst is called Einzelkampf, something like that. It boosts stun damage by 30% when attacking a weakness, and after attacking, reduces the target's ice resistance by 25% for 5 attacks. It has a wait time of 200. The range is single target. The power is 400, and the break is 375. Looking at her burst is pretty good. She has a pretty high break at 375, and it boosts stun damage by 30% when attacking like enemies with ice weakness. So, like I said, she's gonna be like breaking enemies with ice weakness a lot easier and a lot better. I like that she reduces the target's ice resistance by another 25% for 5 attacks. I like that it's for 5 attacks because it lasts kind of like longer, so more people get to uh, benefit from the 25% ice resistance down. Yeah, no, her burst is pretty good. I don't mind her burst at all. She seems like a pretty good icebreaker. She's actually the first icebreaker we have. Keith Griff is kind of like a half ice, half fire, so he's not like full on ice, but she's like full on ice, which is kind of nice. Okay, let's check out her passives. Her passives are paralysis resistance up, boost paralysis resistance by 30%, and advance all magic attack 3, which boosts all allies' magic attack by 15%. Looking at her first passive is going to help her not get paralyzed in stages where they do paralysis, which is kind of nice. As far as her second passive goes, I really like her second passive because it just passively boosts all allies' magic attack by 15% just by having her on the team, which is really, really nice. So, yeah, there's always that. And yeah, I like her passives, they're not too bad. Um, Overall, looking at Lila, she's a pretty good icebreaker. She's meant to be she's meant to like break enemies that are like weak to ice, because she's gonna be doing like a little bit more stun damage to them, like by 20% or 30% with her second skill and her burst. Yeah, she's not a bad breaker at all. I don't mind her. She's pretty good. Okay, you guys. Lastly, I wanted to check out the Memoria that's coming out with Izana and Lila. It's called Endless Discoveries. It is attacker magic damage up 3. While equipped to an attacker, boost magic attack skill damage by 6 to 52%. The HP is 18%. The physical attack is 16%, the magic attack is 31%, the speed is 4, the physical defense is 13%, and the magic defense is 13%. Um, Looking at this Memoria is pretty good. It's pretty good for magic attackers. It has a pretty high magic attack at 31.25%. And the fact that it boosts magic attack skill damage by 6 to 52%, it seems like a lot, especially at higher refinements. So yeah, no, this Memoria is pretty good. I like it. Okay, you guys. Lastly, I want to go over whether or not we should be summoning on this banner. Izana is a pretty strong bolt attacker. She's pretty good if you end up getting her. Lila is a pretty good single target ice breaker. She'd be nice if you need ice breakers, which I do. And then lastly, the Endless Discoveries is a really good Memoria. I think like this is might be like the best thing on the banner. I really like how much it boosts your magic attack and how much magic attack it has. But overall, looking at this banner, I would only recommend using the tickets that we get, because there's other characters coming out soon that are better. and you should be saving for those characters. And also, there's also Ryza currently right now, which if you haven't gotten Ryza, you should definitely be spending your gems on trying to get Ryza instead of Izana and Lila. Ryza is like a pretty good breaker. So yeah, I would just recommend using your tickets, but if you do happen to use some gems, you shouldn't feel too bad about it. Izana's a really, really strong attacker, as well as this Memoria is really, really good, and Lila's always nice to have. Different kinds of breakers are always pretty nice to have. Yeah. If you guys like this video and if you guys like the information given here, please make sure to leave a like and a subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.